Cal Newport, in his book Deep Work, explains that there are three kinds of professionals who are going to flourish in the future. First, people with money, like angel investors who can invest in new companies and make exponential amount of growth in their wealth by that investment. Second, people with technical skills who can learn evolving technical skills quickly and keep on upgrading their skills as per current requirement. They can demand good amount of money from the companies for the service offered. And three, people on top of their field who know how to do deep work and upgrade their skills like chef, actor, doctors. So let's understand first what is deep work. Professional activity performed in a distraction-free environment that push your cognitive ability to their limit. These efforts create new value, improve your skill, and are hard to replicate. This technique is used by all great people like J.K. Rowling, Bill Gates, Mark Twain. Joe, who recently graduated from college, became an accountant, but to his dismay, he did not like the work, so he quit his job and started learning coding. But he faced distractions like notification from social media, due to which he was unable to focus on the subject and learn. But then he made a rule that he will lock himself up in the room without phone just to read, and in no time he could focus on his work without getting distracted for 5 straight hours. And within 6 months he became a proficient coder and won various competitions. To avoid any distraction and use time wisely, Adam Grant, a professor from Wharton College, uses time bundling method, which is allocating time for one task at a time to finish it. So he started teaching in one semester and working on his books and doing academic research in the other semester, so that he can focus on one task at a time. Even he used to set out of office email responder in the mails and lock himself in his cabin to focus on his work. Newton has given formula for deep work. High quality work is equals to time spent into intensity of focus. Scientists have proven that when you are doing deep work or you are in flow, you feel happy and accomplish a lot, because by doing deep work we perform at our best and create good product or service, which gives us a sense of sacredness, because of which sitting idle will be boring. But when we do shallow work, we feel that we are not doing much, and this shallow task can be easily replicated by AI like mails, chats, etc. Experiment shows that when we switch from one task to another, some of our attention remains in the task and performance on the task at hand is affected in proportion to the amount of attention residue, and we feel agitated. And major reason of shallow work is due to social media like mails, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. To prove his point, author did a research on BCG executives and asked them to stay away from mails for a day. And when these employees came back next day, they were a lot happier because they could give their undivided attention to the problem at hand and came back with a solution which they told will take more than a day to fix. If this experiment would have not happened, we have limited amount of willpower and it starts depleting the more we use it. So, to do deep work in our regime, we just need to form a habit and willingly apply it in our day-to-day life by just eating the frog first, which means attending to difficult tasks first and then later on checking on social media. A comedian wanted to write for an hour, but he felt lazy to do so. So he started marking days when he used to write for an hour in the calendar, and he felt odd by looking at the calendar not marked. So he ensured to write for an hour and mark the calendar. After a few days, he felt motivated by looking at the calendar, and this gave him momentum to write daily for an hour. Author has suggested 4 philosophy of doing deep work. First, monastic philosophy. Under this philosophy, author suggests us to minimize shallow obligation like cut off from email and social media by staying in a separate house away from people, just focusing on work. Bimodal philosophy. Under this philosophy, author suggests us to divide our weeks, months or years into 2 chunks, one for deep work and one for shallow work. 3. Rhythmic philosophy. Author tells us to dedicate 5 to 6 hours of our time for deep work and rest of the day for shallow work and mark it in our calendar. J.K. Rowling used this method to write Harry Potter by going to a 5-star hotel and lock herself up to do deep work. Fourth is journalistic philosophy. Under this philosophy, we should do deep work whenever we have free time. We can do deep work by avoiding multitasking because due to agarnic effect our mind will keep on thinking about the unfinished task at hand when we switch to another task, due to which we cannot focus and do deep work. So we need to stop checking mails and stop thinking about work after working hours to avoid doing shallow work, since we won't be enjoying our personal time like playing, watching movies, and we will be thinking about work, due to which we will not be able to focus on the game or movie and our mind will be drained out the next day. In an experiment, two groups of people asked to take walk in woods and one in a busy street, and after the walk their productivity was checked, and the group who took walk in the woods were 20% more productive, since the group who took walk in the busy street were supposed to figure out the way and signals and their mind was busy figuring way out. We should train our mind to embrace boredom and we should not look for distractions when getting bored. For example, if we are waiting for our friends to come, we should not take our mobile from our pocket and use it, because it makes our mind slave to the mobile and it becomes difficult to do deep work. Social media has been designed in such a way that we can devote our maximum time to it, because social media company is selling our attention to the marketer, and by surfing social media our attention span suffers, which again is a cause issue in focusing. Author has told about the experiment in which the subject has quit social media for 30 days and was able to achieve more, like he took on to his old hobbies like biking and felt really great after 30 days. We feel that by doing shallow work in our organization, we are being recognized, but in long term it is not going to be valued. So if we can pay people to do our shallow work, we should do that, and most of the time we are working on autopilot mode and we do not know how much time we are allocating for a particular task, and we feel overwhelmed by the day's work, due to which the author has suggested to start making a schedule so that we can allocate proper time to all the tasks, and if any urgent task comes up, we should modify the schedule. A company in US started 4 days work week instead of 5 days, and so the employees work 32 hours per week, and they started scheduling their day so that they could avoid shallow work and focus on deep work, which earlier they used to finish in 40 hours. Now they just take 32 hours for that. For doing deep thinking, we should go for a walk, jog, cycling, shower, and start focusing on the topic we want to. And if mind gets distracted, bring it back on the topic gently. If we start thinking what we already know on the loop, then ask yourself, what is the variable of this topic and is this variable valid? For example, if we want to write about a blog, then the variable can be the topic about which we want to write about. And if the topic can be changed or modified by adding few more subtopics to it. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel and give a video a thumbs up. Do let us know in the comment below if you think this video helped you.